What up, YouTube? It's your boy Jarrell coming to you from Colossal Boxing Talk, and today I want to give you, 3 fights that I would like to see on the undercard of Mayweather versus Maidana. It's not likely that we will be getting Adrian Broner versus Amir Khan, or Keith Thurman versus Lucas Matisse, or Sean Porter versus whoever. The 3 fights that I've come up with is something that I think other boxing fans will be very interested in. In the co-main event, I will have Adrian Broner going down in weight to challenge for the IBF junior welterweight title against Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson has victories over Amir Khan. He just came off a fight where he defended his title against Jerry Dean, his mandatory opponent, in a very good fight. We all know his track record. He's fought Tim Bradley. He lost to him. He's fought Victor Ortiz. He had a draw with him. He's fought Kendall Holt and won. He's fought Victor KO and won. He's a very talented fighter. He's an unrelentless body puncher. He loves to fight on the inside. He has skills to box you, but like I said, he's a fighter at heart. And you got Adrian Broner, who's coming off a defeat, his first defeat at the hands of Marcos Maidana this past December. He showed the fighting spirit in that fight. He will not run from you. He might talk a lot. He might lack some of the skills you would like to see from a guy that talks so much. But I tell you one thing: he will fight. He will not run. He has speed and power. I don't know how good his power will be at junior welterweight because we haven't seen it yet. But his power wasn't as great as it was at 130 or 135. When he moved up to welterweight. This is an interesting fight. It has flowers written all over it because, Adrian Broner will fight you on the inside. He tends to fight like he's the bigger man, even though he's not that big of a guy, and Peterson welcomes that inside fight. He gonna put his head in your chest and he gonna work those hooks to the body. He gonna give you the uppercuts. He has a good jab. He's a determined fighter with an unbreakable will. He's been knocked down, but he gets right back up and fight you. Like nothing happened. And that would be a very good co-main event. Given the options that we have presented to us, and seeming that Lucas Matisse and Keith Thurman will be on a double hitter April 26th, facing opponents to be determined later on. But Adrian Broner will not be facing Amir Khan. Speaking of Amir Khan, I would like to see him face Luis Collazo. Collazo is coming off a big victory over vicious Victor Ortiz, where he knocked him out in the 2nd round, with a beautiful right hook. He's a KG veteran. He's been in the ring with Hall of Famers like Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley. He's fought Berto in a terrific fight. People thought he won that fight with Berto, as well as his fight with Ricky Hatton. He's a very good fighter. He's a smart fighter. He's an experienced fighter. And he can give Khan problems. But Khan, on the other hand, has tremendous hand speed, very good foot speed. He has a very good jab. He's long. He's a tall welterweight. If he can stay focused and disciplined and stick to the game plan, he can beat a lot of fighters. But he's another fighter with that fighter's mentality. He get hit. He wants to come right back at you with 3, 4, 5 shot combos. But his chin fails him a lot of times. He's been knocked out by Bredis Prescott. He's been knocked out by Danny Garcia. He's been knocked out by just twice, but he's been dropped numerous times. He's 2-2 in his last 4 fights. He's knocked out, like I said, by Danny Garcia. He lost a controversial decision to Lamont Peterson. Then he fought a junior lightweight that moved up to junior welterweight, and Carlos Molina. He dominated that fight. He was supposed to. And another showcase fight for him was supposed to be against Julio Diaz. They fought in Khan's backyard, and he struggled with Diaz. Diaz, no disrespect, but he's a shot fighter. And he knocked Khan down. He had him hurt, and you can make an argument that he won that fight. But if Khan stays disciplined and focused and sticks to the game plan and boxes instead of brawls, he will beat a lot of guys. He wouldn't have these problems that he finds himself into. But I think he will continue to get better under the tutelage of Virgil Hunter as his trainer. in the opening bout, I would like to see Mickey Bay, which is a Floyd Mayweather fighter. He signed with the money team. Take on John Molina and try to avenge his one of his defeats. And, you know, he was winning that fight. He was up on all the score cards. You know, he was on his way to a victory against a very a good fighter with a name in the sport of boxing. But he got reckless and he got careless, and Molina caught him. You know, Molina has that fight changing power in his right hand, and you know, he took, you know, he got the opportunity. You know, opportunity presented itself, and you know, like I said, Bay got reckless and careless, and he paid for it. He was knocked out, and I think that's a fight that he should pursue to try to avenge that defeat and right that wrong. But you know, those are just 3 fights I would like to see on the undercard of Mayweather versus Maidana, because it's not likely that we'll be getting a Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter, or Lucas Matisse versus Keith Thurman. So out of all those options, I believe those 3 fights would solidify you know, the pay-per-view and make it worth, you know, I guess buying it for $70. Like I said, you know, we're not going to get the co-main event like we had this past September on the undercard of Mayweather Alvarez, where we had Lucas Matisse facing Danny Garcia. You know, it's just not, because you're not going to generate that much money. But, you know, Peterson versus Broner would definitely be a good co-main event. You know, and Collazo, you never know what can happen in that fight, because, you know, Khan's chin is always in question whenever he steps in the ring. And like I said, to give, you know, Floyd's fighter, you know, a chance to showcase their skills on this stage, you know, Mickey Bay should take on John Molina in the rematch and try to right that wrong. But those are just my thoughts on what I would like to see on the undercard and what I think is possible. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. You can also like our page on Facebook at Colossal Boxing Talk. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.